What is going on, guys? Welcome to Greggles TV Daily Rewind. This is where we go back a week and give you all of your tech news stories in one single video. And in this video, we talk about the release date because it already happened for the Galaxy Note 20 line of devices, and I have photos of you guys. We have information on the Pixel 4a 5G and the Pixel 5. We have news about the Galaxy S21 and so much more, guys. So watch this week. Let me know what you think is your favorite news story of the week, and I'll see you in the next one. First story of the day is Verizon has new unlimited data plans. Again, these companies seem to come out with unlimited data plans, changed ones, new ones like every 6 months or so. It's ridiculous. Here they are right here. You can see they range from $35 a month all the way up to $55 a month. Now this, just to let you know, is up to 4 lines, these prices. So you have to have up to, at least 4 lines in order to get these good pricing models right here. But ultimately, you can see, to confuse you any, they basically look all the same except for a couple of different things. Basically, the big things in here is if you get the Get More Unlimited, which is $55 per month per line, up to 4 lines, you get everything included, which means that you get those plan perks: Hulu, Disney Plus, and ESPN Plus. Also, Apple and Music is included. So if you're looking for like an all-in-one entertainment package, that's probably the best one to get. The Do More Unlimited just gives you 6 months of those services, and you don't even get Hulu and ESPN Plus. You really only get Disney Plus. The one before that, Play More Unlimited, which I don't know, it seems very similar to Do More Unlimited, but it's not. But you end up paying the same price, but you get more for perks and stuff. It's just kind of confusing with what you get, but ultimately, those are the new plans for Verizon. Next up, we're only weeks away at this point from the release of the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 2, which is going to be a mega expensive phone. We expect to at least be $2,000, if not a little bit more than that. Well, it's passed through Chinese regulation agencies, and one of the big things I noticed about this, and maybe I forgot about it, is how darn thick that camera is. On the side, looks like a Galaxy S20 Ultra on the side there. That camera bump really stands out, really sticks out there. So just keep that in mind, that when you get this phone, if you do get this phone, I know some of you won't, that it's going to have that huge camera bump on it. And the last story of the day, Galaxy Note 20, Note 20 Ultra. We talked about it yesterday. Basically, everybody's phone got shipped except for AT&T. Well, AT&T started shipping. So it looks like almost everybody at this point is going to really get their phone either Monday, aka today, Tuesday, or Wednesday of this week. I saw one guy, he reached out to me, said, yeah, I had my order. It was going to arrive, I think going to arrive on Thursday, the 20th. And then he got an email yesterday saying that it was delayed until the 25th. Kind of sucky. That's with AT&T. But ultimately, Samsung, AT&T, T-Mobile, Verizon, Sprint, everybody's has shipped out their phones as of now. I mean, unless you're delayed. But beyond that, all those carriers, if your phone hasn't been delayed, have shipped out their phones. Best Buy, if you got it from Best Buy, let us know in the comments down below. And if you do get your phone, I'd like to do a little something at the end of these videos. Just show you a little selfie of you holding the phone up, the box up, whatever. Send that over to me via social media at Greggles TV. I'm everywhere at Greggles TV. Email gregglestv@gmail.com. You can always text it over to 619-721-3699. But yeah, send me a little selfie of you holding your phone and or the box. And that's pretty much it. Let's get into the tech news. First story of the day is if you have a Chromebook, especially one with an i3, i5, or i7 processor, you can now stream some high-end PC games with GeForce Game Now. Well, GeForce Now, I should call it. They are letting you now stream your games to your Chromebook, which is amazing because of the fact that Chromebooks aren't known for gaming, and you're able to play Steam games on there, Epic Game Store, Ubisoft Uplay. It's really cool service. It's very similar to what Google has with their streaming service. This has been out for a while, but it's new to Chromebooks, and you can take advantage of it right now. By the way, the link for GeForce Gaming Now is in the description down below. Which Samsung phone will be the first phone to get Android 11? You're looking at it right here. The Galaxy S20 devices will be the first to get Android 11/One UI 3.0. We should get it, at least for this phone, you'd probably think around October or November. And then definitely a lot more phones to get it after that. But yeah, very cool news that if you're excited about it and you're still gonna keep this phone, you're not gonna get the Note phone, that you will get an update for this towards the end of this year to take advantage of all the latest and greatest features. Last story of the day is all about the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. As you know, has an OLED display. And usually with every iteration of Samsung Galaxy phones they release, they usually have better and better displays. The Note 20 Ultra is no different. Their best display ever. Let's talk about some of the new and improved Galaxy Note 20 Ultra display performance highlights. This comes from DisplayMate. As you can see from here on the Note 20 Ultra, peak brightness is 680 nits with normal mode, but in high brightness mode, it goes all the way up to 1609 nits. That's a 21 to 23% higher percentage nit brightness versus the Galaxy Note 10 Plus. Also, Galaxy Note 20 Ultra high brightness mode reaches its peak brightness at a lower ambient light level, 20,000 lux, which corresponds to full outdoor daylight that is not in direct sunlight. That further improves outdoor screen readability in medium as well as high ambient light. The Note 20 Ultra also has better display power efficiency, 16% higher than the Galaxy Note 10 Plus, even though it can get much brighter than it as well. It's more power efficient. Also, the Note 20 Ultra sets matches of 11 smartphone display performance records, including 4 that are rated visually indistinguishably from perfect. It's great to see that Samsung's improving these displays year over year, iteration over iteration. I can't even imagine where they're gonna go next in terms of improving these things. It's wild, like it's freaking wild. And obviously they're gonna want to go into foldables. Maybe they'll go to dual displays as well, but definitely they're already making foldables. It's amazing stuff, and I can't wait to see how much these displays improve over time. After I finish up right here, I'll show you some photos. So thanks for watching. See you down the road. Peace. Let's get into the tech news. First story of the day is if you have a Nest Hub Max and you like video conferencing and you like Zoom, you know, like the Zoom app that you would use to do these giant video conferences for mostly for like business type atmospheres, well, it's going to be compatible with the Nest Hub Max. Come later this year, you'll be able to do Zoom calls directly. Google has officially come out and said that it will work with that app, and this is great for group calls. It says you can put your VIPs on speed dial, communicate around the house with ease. Kind of surprising in a way. I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility thinking that this would happen, but it's kind of surprising. Duo was the only video chat app on there, but now they added Zoom, or they're gonna be adding Zoom, so this is great news. Next up, if you're a Blackberry fan, guess what? There's another Blackberry phone, a new one, coming out in the first half of 2021. Now, it will be a 5G Blackberry phone with Android and a physical keyboard. And again, like I said, it will arrive in the first half of 2021. It will be made by Onward Mobility and Foxconn. And we should know more about it as time goes on. I would assume exactly what specs and everything else about the phone. You would expect it to be somewhat of a budget device. I don't think this phone's gonna be $1,000. I would expect it to probably be in the $500 to $700 range. It's probably gonna be a mid-range device, I would expect. I bet you'll have like the Snapdragon 765G, something like that. But yeah, this is exciting times. If you're a Blackberry fan, I know one of my buddies who does a lot of Blackberry videos, Tech Odyssey, check out his channel. He actually covered this as well. He's very excited. So this is great news for people that love Blackberries. And guess what? You're getting a 5G phone with a keyboard. Crazy times. So if you're curious what the name of the successor to the Galaxy S20 Ultra is going to be, maybe it'll be the S21 Ultra, S30 Ultra, or something else. Well, it looks like Ice Universe has put out a tweet telling us that it's going to be called the Galaxy S21. Obviously, if it's an Ultra, it'll probably have Ultra at the end, but ultimately Galaxy S21. And he also put out another tweet talking about the Galaxy S21 Ultra. He said it'll have a 108 megapixel camera again, but the sensor is going to be the successor to the HM1. So you will have a updated camera experience with the S21. Obviously, you would think, just like they did with the Note 20 Ultra, that they'll improve, get rid of the autofocusing issues up close, low light, issues autofocusing with the camera on the S21 Ultra. All this is amazing. All of this is going to be good overall, but you know, what does it need? What does the S21 Ultra need for you to upgrade from the S20 Ultra if you didn't get the Note 20 Ultra? Let me know in the comments down below. And the last story of the day is an actual TikTok video of the Galaxy Z Fold 2 in hand, and they go through some quick things on there. It's literally a 15-second video, so it's kind of hard to distinguish what's going on there unless you slow it down. But ultimately, it shows off the Z Fold 2 in hand in action, and it looks beautiful. We've seen something similar to this before. It's going to be an expensive device, we believe. We should know more about this on September 1st. And you can see, you can also, if you slow down one of these clips, you can see you can switch from 60 to 120 hertz on that display. Let's get into the tech news. First story of the day is about the Samsung Galaxy Note 20, Note 20 Ultra, and also the Galaxy Z Flip. If you're wanting to purchase one of those phones, Amazon has a nice little deal going on right now for all those phones in terms of trade-in offers. Now, the trade-ins, you can see right here, this is what they'll give you for the different phones. The highlights are as high as $700, and that's for the iPhones. But if you have like a Pixel 4, 4 XL, you get up to $600. And then obviously if you're coming from something like a Note 10, or you can get up to $700. So some nice deals going on in here if you want to upgrade. And it's very, very easy. Basically what you do is you purchase your Note 20, Note 20 Ultra 5G, or a Z Flip phone, and then you trade it in with the Samsung, and then you ship your old device, and then the credit is added to your account. Now, it's not gonna be credit taken off of your credit card. It's just gonna give you a credit to use on Amazon as like a gift card, so keep that in mind. Next up is all about the Galaxy S21 Plus phone. Now, there should be an Ultra, a Plus, and then I would assume they're gonna have a lower end version just like the S21 as well, like they did with the S20 versions where they had the Ultra, the Plus, and then the regular S20. Well, it looks like the S21 Plus, it looks like we're getting information on what the battery could possibly be at, actually, you know, the milliamps. So this comes from Galaxy Club, and based off their little paragraph here, it says the battery has a rated capacity of 4660 milliamps. We do not know yet the typical battery, but it is probably around 4800 milliamps. The current S20 Plus has 4370 milliamps, typically 4500. So the S21 Plus will therefore have about 300 milliamps more in the house when it is released. So we're not looking at a huge, massive amount of bigger battery in the S21 Plus, just slightly bigger, which I know you guys would obviously like, but you probably won't see that much in terms of improved battery life, so don't get too excited. And that's the news for today. I did get my Galaxy Note 20 Ultra Black 12 gigabyte Snapdragon 865 Plus. I did a video on it, so if you want to watch that, just look at my channel, you'll see the video. It's the newest video I released. Let's get into the tech news. First story of the day is if you're interested in the Microsoft Surface Duo, remember this is Microsoft's dual screen folding phone that kind of is a phone, kind of a tablet. Well, Dave 2D is a YouTuber and he has released a video today showing off the Microsoft Surface Duo. Now, he doesn't really show it turned on. He kind of just shows the body and talks about using it. He shows a little bit of the phone like when it's turned on, but very, very small amount, like seconds worth of video. And then he just shows the actual hardware for the most part. But what I wanted to say is, if you're interested in that phone, I have a very exclusive interview tomorrow. It's a 20+ minute interview with Harry McCracken, who has this phone in hand. And we talk, it's almost like a little review of the phone in terms of, we talk about it, the performance of it, the cameras, the screen, the speakers, the software. We talk about basically everything about the phone, and it's gonna give you a good idea if you're gonna want it, or even if you're just interested in how it is overall, you're gonna wanna watch that. It's gonna be released tomorrow early morning. So make sure you have notifications turned on and make sure you check that video out. Next up is all about the Google Pixel 4a 5G and the Google Pixel 5. Now, this comes from Roland Quambity saying the 4a 5G phone will have 128 gigabytes of storage, as will the Google Pixel 5. So both will have 128 gigabytes of storage. The Google Pixel 4a 5G display will be 6.2 inches and will cost $499 when it's launched. The Google Pixel 5, in terms of specs, will have a 6-inch flat display. It will be an OLED display at that, and it'll run at 90 Hertz. The battery is considerably larger than the Google Pixel 4. Also, wireless charging is supported with 15-watt fast charging for wireless charging and 5-watt when you want to charge something on the back of it. Also, there's 8 gigabytes of RAM, and the phone should be announced at a September 30th event. And this is just a quick look at the phone. You can see right here, fingerprint sensor on the back, which I think is the best place to put it. You also have the cameras on the back. You're gonna get, looks like dual cameras, tri-cameras on the back there. Also the camera in the top left, so you just get that hole punch. Very simple, modern design. If you have a Galaxy Note 20, Note 20 Ultra, and you lost your pen, you broke it, or you just wanna get a different color, well, we know how much they're going to cost. You can't buy one at the time of me making this video, but you can get basically any color when they are announced. And it looks like they're gonna cost about 40 bucks when they officially come out to be purchased. And you'll be able to get it in black, green, white, copper, or gray. And also, speaking about the Galaxy Note 20 and Note 20 Ultra, today's the official release date. So you can go in and buy, if you want to go to Best Buy or your carrier store, you should be able to buy it unless they're sold out. Samsung store, kind of a different story. Like I have the 512, that's pushed all the way back till September 25th, at least the unlocked version of it is. If you want to get the 128, you can get the black and get that delivered as early as August 25th, but some of the other colors are pushed back to like September 11th or September 25th. So if you're thinking about getting this phone, I wouldn't hold off too much longer. It's a really great phone. Without a doubt, it's the best Samsung phone, but it's funny. It's just, I feel like improved the things that were wrong with the S20 Ultra, and they shouldn't even have been broken in the first place, like the camera focus and things like that. It's a great phone. You're gonna love it if you get it. Let's get into the tech news. First story of the day, I did an interview with Harry McCracken about the Microsoft Surface Duo. He has it in hand. We talked about everything about this device. Like I said yesterday, it's basically a mini review. The video was launched this morning. Make sure you check it out, especially if you're interested, curious, or wanting the Microsoft Surface Duo. It's a must watch. Next story, all about the Samsung Galaxy S20 series of phones. One UI 2.5, guaranteed to obviously come out anyway, and it has basically been pushed out at this point. Now, your phone might not have it, but it is rolling out to different carriers, unlocked, everywhere in the world. So One UI 2.5, you might be wondering what comes with it. And Microsoft has put out an official press release about this. And some of the new things that you're going to get is improved pro video mode. So now if you want to give your photos a cinematic look, all you need to do is shoot in 8K with 24 frames per second with the option to record video footage in 21:9 aspect ratio. You can control the smartphone's mic direction. You can now add audio bookmarks. The updated Samsung Notes app has the ability now to import export and write on PDF files. Samsung DeX is now wireless if need be. You'll have a Samsung DeX button similar to the Note 20, where you can press that button and now use Samsung DeX on a wireless monitor like a TV or some other device. Also, while it's connected wirelessly, you can use your phone screen to use multi-finger gestures to control the DeX. And then lastly, you have advanced Wi-Fi connectivity so that you can easily share the password of your Wi-Fi and when you're connected to nearby Galaxy devices that are in your contact list. So hopefully you have that update very, very soon within the next weeks to hopefully month. Last story of the day, Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 2. Obviously it's not out, but guess who has one in hand? Jimmy is Promo, a buddy of mine, and he put out a video today. It's linked down below. Watch the whole thing. Great video. But he gave me the okay to show off a little bit of a clip here. Basically, what we're going to look at is flex mode. So let's just pretend this is a Galaxy Z Fold 2. It's basically when you have the phone maybe open like that, and you have the ability to either press a button on the screen or to kind of put it at that kind of angle, and say when you're looking at your video camera or something, it'll put on this side, it would put the ability to look at your photos. On this one, you'd be able to take photos and things like that, or you can put it this way and get an even different look. So there's all kinds of cool stuff that he shows off in this video, as you can see right here, and giving you the ability to really, grow with this device in terms of what apps are Samsung going to customize this with, their own apps, and then what other apps that a third party are going to use and make the Z Fold 2 display kind of more multifunctional, more situational in the ability to do different things on it and get a little bit more control and customization over it to make it look different than what you would get on a traditional, candy bar phone. Again, his video is linked down below. Check it out. Great guy, great video, and it might make you even want the device even more. Let's get into the tech news. We have basically two stories today. One is about the Google Pixel 4a 5G and also the Google Pixel 5, two phones I know you're so excited about. So let's talk about these. This information comes from a Redditor who leaked out a live image of both phones and specs for the phones as well. Now here's a first look at the images of the two phones here, and you got the Pixel 4a 5G and the Pixel 5, and these phones, again, we've kind of seen the images of these before, so the look of them not that crazy, with the dual cameras on the back with the flash, along with the fingerprint sensor, which again, best place in the world to put the fingerprint sensor. You cannot find a better place than that. Maybe the side, but I don't know, the back is a pretty smart and good place. But let's talk about specs for the Google Pixel 4a 5G, which will be $499 when it comes out, $499. It's gonna have a 3,800 milliamp battery. It's gonna have two lenses. For the first time, it's going to have a wide angle lens, so that 0.5x wide angle lens, and then a regular standard lens, which would be the same as the Pixel 4. 12-point megapixel camera on the back, 8 megapixel on the front. Processor inside will be a Snapdragon 765G, so a mid-range processor, but it will be able to do 5G. Also, it's going to have 6 gigabytes of RAM, and the display will be 60 hertz. No 90 hertz, no 120, just 60 hertz. Plastic back with a fingerprint sensor, like I said. Also includes a headphone jack. So those are welcome additions, I know, for a lot of people to have a headphone jack. Obviously with a plastic back, you might think, it's gonna be cheap, but think, you can drop that, it's not gonna crack on the back like a normal glass phone would. And Google's plastics are usually fairly nice feeling in your hand. What about the Pixel 5? Now, I don't have a price, but after looking at these specs, I'm assuming it's probably gonna be around $599, maybe $649. So you're looking at a 4,000 milliamp battery, so slightly larger than the 4a 5G. Same camera setup. You're gonna get that wide angle lens as well as our standard lens. And then the cameras, again, would be 12.2 megapixels back and 8 megapixel on the front. Snapdragon 765G, same exact as the 4a 5G. 8 gigabytes of RAM, so you're getting a little bit more RAM. The screen will be 60 hertz and 90 hertz. That would match what you got on the Pixel 4 and 4 XL, which was a 90 hertz display, so you'll be able to do the same on the Google Pixel 5. Plastic back with a fingerprint, again, welcome additions. It doesn't bother me one bit. But this one will have no headphone jack. So you look at those specs, you compare them both side by side, the 4a 5G versus the 5. There's really not much of a difference. The three things stand out. There's more RAM on the 5, 8 versus 6. The hertz on the display, 90 versus 60. The headphone jack is on the 4A 5G, but not on the 5. So again, you have to expect that these phones are going to be very, very inexpensive and very close in price. I would totally expect the 5 to be no more than $599. I don't even think it can. Maybe $549. I don't know. That's a little bit crazy. It's probably going to be $599. And at that point, you're looking at phones that, especially on the 5, the 5 is that generation of phone is usually high-end processor. It's usually the latest Snapdragon processor. It's out the 845. I believe they had the 855 last year, 835 before that. Now they're going to mid-range specs on this. But in the grand scheme of things, you'll have 5G. You'll have an extremely way lower price tag, basically half the price of what it's normally worth on there. And at that point, do you need all that processor in it? Isn't a lot of it just going to waste? Are you playing all these high-end games? Are you converting video files? Most people aren't. So this is going to be a perfectly fine phone for probably their customer base. They're still going to get that pixel camera experience, but for a much better price. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. New videos every single day. Question out to you guys is, what do you think about this? Do you think these are smart specs for smart prices, or do you think it's just like, oh, get it away from me, I don't want it? Let me know what you guys think. I'm curious to know what you think of the 4A 5G and the 5. I personally, I might just go the 4A 5G if it was up to me, just because it's going to be cheaper. And do you need the 90 hertz? Maybe you want the headphone jack more so, and is the 6 gigabytes of RAM versus the 8 gigabytes of RAM make that big of a difference? Let me know. Thanks for watching. See you down the road.